I'm SARI Cohen with Hollywood First Look Features, and joining me today are Glenn and Ivy Withrow from The Last Champion. Ivy, this is the second film you've written with your parents. Coming from an artistic household, what is it like getting to create something like this with your family?
I'm really privileged. It's been a really incredible journey. It's been a long one. It's at times very challenging, but it's so fulfilling, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We argue a lot, but generally it's something we all really care deeply about, and to be able to work in this business and do that is a lot of fun.
Underneath all of that, this film really is about redemption. What aspects of your character were really important for you to portray on screen?
In the beginning, he's so broken, this guy. He's just a shattered person, of his own self, and it was really about how I take this guy from the ashes of life and like slowly build him back up in a realistic way to see him get his confidence back in life, and obviously through girlfriend or ex-girlfriend and Annika Marks, you start to see him and his confidence rise to the place where he can actually even speak to anybody. He battled with addiction, which was one that Glenn and I, the director, really wanted to try to portray, and I think it's really relevant to what's going on in America right now. With people being out of work and not being able to leave the house and provide for their families. I know that there's a lot of that going on with alcoholism and drugs. So I think that's a big part of what we wanted to do. And then also faith, and believing in your community and allowing them to take their arms and put them around John Wright again and to believe in himself, that he can take this young man in Sean Scully and teach him not only physically how to be a better wrestler, but also mentally. It's a long journey, and it's a journey that I love watching. The other day when I saw it, I just thought, wow, Glenn did a great job in music and just the uplifting kind of message in the end. I just thought, wow, this is something that really needs to be, seen right now in America, or around the world for that matter.
I had a lot of experiences working with Francis Coppola, and I saw how Francis worked with his family, and I loved it. And I said, that's what I want to do. Whenever the acting thing I step away from and I go, and because it was my plan to do this, I wanted to work with my family. I saw the love, I saw the camaraderie, and going on locations together. It was just great. So it was a great example to follow. So that's where it came from.
What are we supposed to do? Have tri-tip every night just for you when I can't even pay the important bills?
And get a job.
You get a job!
Your character on Lizzie McGuire was named by CNN Entertainment as one of the top 10 TV moms of all time. And now here you are in this role, which is like a complete 180 from that. What has that shift been like for you?
I don't even know how to answer that. It's if you're an actor, you just play parts, and so it's never been like, I never thought I would play a part like Lizzie's mom. That was just a job that came to me that ended up being such an honor and a privilege to be part of that world and part of that story. And to I thought the character of Jo McGuire was really well written, and I loved playing her. But in my goals and my thoughts about what I would do as an actor, I had all different kinds of parts I wanted to play. So it's just interesting that that's the one people know me as, and it isn't that far from who I am in real life. So sometimes it's fun to sort of go out of yourself and do something very different. And Melinda's very different. My family jokes that's who she really is in real life, is just like Melinda Miller. But I'm here to tell you that's not what I'm like in real life. I'm actually quite decent.
I'm curious too, for the Dazed and Confused fans out there, if your character from The Last Champion were to give advice to your character from Dazed and Confused, what would it be?
I have a funny feeling, and I talked to Rick Linklater years ago about this with Benny. is that I think Benny went the absolute opposite way that most people think. I think he got out of high school, and probably became like a police officer, and a public servant, and actually is like a really, really good guy who does his job very well. So I don't know if John Wright would have too much to say to Benny, but it would be an interesting conversation.
I love that story. So last question, since this movie is all about redemption, complete this sentence. Everybody deserves a second chance because
I mean, all of us do. I think, I've seen it in this business that I'm in. People, they fall, whether it be alcoholism or drugs or whatever. And, for whatever reason, I think this business is a little bit softer on people when it comes to making mistakes and falling down. But, I think the key in life, and you're going to have failures. I've failed more than I've won in life. You know what I mean? It's just part of the acting game and being in this business. But, you get up, you brush yourself off, and you move forward. And I think that it takes John Wright in this film, the first maybe 10 minutes of the movie to realize that he has people that are willing to help him through this struggle, that he's having. And that if he opens his heart back up, that there will be people there to help guide him.
Well, I loved this movie and I can't wait for the world to see it. Cole, thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you check out The Last Champion, available now on demand. I'm SARI Cohen. See you next time.
Panthers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Panthers!
All your dreams are out there. They're all out there. Let's go get them.